Fall Out Boy with Irresistible here on RTR in the mornings, Ramona Town Radio. And we have our new Citizen of the Month, which I'm actually really excited about.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a whole bunch of stuff that you do. And this is pretty exciting.
We want to know all about it.
You're totally my new best friend. I love you so much. Thank you for coming in.
Why don't you introduce the Citizen of the Month? Nobody knows who it is yet.
Yeah, well, our citizen. Well, you've already introduced her a couple days ago. We had her on. Remember on the phone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry,
Nicola, and she is the founder and owner of Capability Ranch.
Yep.
I am dying to hear more about Capability Ranch.
I.
So tell us how it started and what do you do and what kind of amazing things for the community do you do?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yes.
First, thank you so much for having me. I'm so emotional. When you guys called me the other day, I was like, little old me, Citizen of the Month in Ramona. And Ramona's been amazing putting a big hug around what we do. So I started just over a year ago. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary in January. We started Capability Ranch Special Needs Activities and Events Center for youth and young adults.
Okay.
So I have two boys, and my oldest was in college at the University of Maryland. My youngest, who's 20 now, has autism. He's mostly nonverbal. And all of his life, I thought, while I'm in my high-stress corporate job, I should be doing something for our awesome special needs tribe, I call it.
Yeah.
And and actually, it's been called the gift in the tragedy because in March 2013, we were down in Penasquitos, fast asleep, and I got a phone call in the middle of the night that my oldest son, Jack, who was at University of Maryland, the call basically said, your son's in the trauma ER, he has to have brain surgery right away, he'd been assaulted, and you have to get here as soon as you can.
Oh.
So that changed our lives completely. And my son had what they called they used 3 words, a miraculous, rare, and remarkable recovery. And he was only initially given a 10% chance to live. And he was back in college in classes that fall. It was amazing.
Wow.
He had some deficits, but he was a really laid-back guy. He didn't want to be the guy with a brain injury, just a laid-back guy. And then just a year ago, November 6th, my husband and I were actually flying out to spend a long weekend with him. And we landed to the news that he'd passed away from a seizure in his sleep while we were in the air. So that's the tragedy. But the good that came out of Jack's journey, was after his brain injury, when he was still with us, thank you, my husband and I just had days and we said, what are we doing? I'm burning out, flying all over the country, I'm working 20 hours a day, I'm in meetings all the time. What do we really want to do? If the pin dropped on us tomorrow like it did Jack, would we be happy? And nobody ever says on their epitaph, we wish we'd spent more time at the office, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we just said, life is fickle. And we said, what do we want to do? And I said, I want to do something for the special needs community, not just autism, Down syndrome, other delays.
But just in general.
Yeah. In general, special needs is very broad. It can be, we don't really know, for delay. It can be a traumatic brain injury. It can be Down syndrome, wheelchair, paraplegic, all of it. And everyone is in our tribe. And my husband drives a Harley. And he has a 72 Chevy with the wood stuff.
Even better.
Yeah, long bed. I'm an Apache. And we would come up, whenever we got respite, and our respite provider came to kind of let us have a few hours, but he'd stay with Owen. We'd just jump on the Harley and drive up into Ramona. And we love the grasslands. We love Ramona. We'd sit at the coffee shops here, and that would be our freedom for a couple of hours. Yeah. And so we immediately said, let's sell the house. Let's go look for a ranch. And our realtor was showing us ranches everywhere in the county. And then we couldn't find what we needed. Everything was on a hill, with avocado rocks. And then our realtor called us, and he said, I think I found the perfect place for you. And it was the old Wildlife Research Institute on the grasslands in Highland Valley Road where the bison were.
Yeah.
I know
That's
exactly
where we
that
are.
is.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
So that's Capability Ranch.
So that's why we don't see the bison anymore.
Well, the bison was still with us for 3 months after we bought it.
Ah.
Because they had trouble moving them out of the area. Where are the bison now? Okay, gotcha.
Let's move on from that.
You didn't make any burgers?
Maybe more than one burger.
It wasn't. They weren't ours to make burgers with.
Darn it.
We'll leave
But
it at
Get
that.
hungry.
I think somebody enjoyed a lot of burgers.
I enjoyed living in Ramona. I've enjoyed driving through the
Love
Highland
Ramona.
Valley area and seeing the 2 bison become 3, and then seeing 3 bison become
There were
4.
8.
So it started with 2. We
Yeah,
had 2
yeah.
tango.
Oh, we used to love driving by. We'd stop and take photos and get off the bike and stuff. But
Beautiful.
it's a beautiful setting, and it had a
It
ready-made.
is.
We call it the Jack Shack Activity Barn after my son, where we do all the
How fun.
arts and crafts and baking and all different kinds of stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. You said all sorts of disabilities
Yeah.
from top to bottom. My daughter, she's 17, and she's been diagnosed through the school, not even through a doctor. She's been
It's always the
diagnosed,
schools.
right, with Asperger's. And
We have Asperger's.
so
Yeah.
she has, she's brilliant. I mean, literally
Yeah.
brilliant. You could,
Oh, amazing skills.
2-3 years
Yeah.
old, you could see it. And I think her only real major disability in life is really making friends.
Social. Yeah.
Yeah, social.
Well, I tell you talk about making friends, and, amazing things have come out of what we're doing beyond what I
I
expected.
could only imagine.
It's,
I
I
wanna
mean,
bring
every
her
day
just to see.
and one of the most, the 2 most amazing things to me is, people with Asperger's, high functioning, and of course low functioning, they can be very kind of isolated in their own world.
Yes.
Even outgoing, high functioning kids, we call them forever kids. Even my son's 20, but he's a forever kid.
Sure.
And but what
That'll
I
be my
love,
daughter.
what I love seeing is friendships between the kids.
Yeah.
And guess who brings them? Because we're not a drop-off center. They have to have a parent or a caregiver or
Sure.
somebody. The moms. I mean, we lead kind of isolated lives. It's hard to
Yes.
have great friends because, hey, come out and see the band at the waypoints. Like,
Yeah.
can't because of
Yeah.
Owen. And so moms talking and
So
sharing.
parents are developing friendships.
Yes.
And also,
Like
for
a support
the
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for the kids and stuff, because let's face it, the disabled kids, my son's disabled, and he can't just go over there to his friend's house, and just hang out with his buddies and stuff, and he does the a peer group once a month.
Yeah.
Where they get together outside of school and do things, and and it's a awesome deal.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of times, school programs, Owen's in a school program down in Poway. It's called Transition, when they kind of graduate, quote unquote.
That's
from
what
high
my
school.
son's in up here in Ramona. Yeah.
Is he in Mr. Wilkerson's
Yes.
class? Well, he probably came to the ranch because Mr. Wilkerson brought the whole class out
Oh, I bet
for
he
an
did. Yeah, he's in
activity
the,
day.
Yeah, he's in the other room right now.
And we did it on, our activities are Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And they start either 2 or 2:30 to about 3:34, depending on what we're doing. And, yeah, we've had a couple of classes out, including
Oh yeah,
your
I'm
son's
sure.
class.
I'm sure Robert went out there.
Yeah, they
That's
brought a picnic.
awesome.
They went
Yeah.
down to the horses. We have 2 horses, and we always end every activity. Let's go feed the horses. Let's go
Yeah.
look at the rabbits.
Neat.
And they all,
fun.
his class all came into the rabbit. It's like a co-ed rabbit and hen coop that you can walk in. So, yeah.
That is awesome. Now, do you also take individuals that might have disabilities that aren't on a spectrum, like sensory disorder or something like that, or?
Well, there's limitations, so we're youth and young adults. So for one thing, we're kind of like 15, our oldest is 27
Okay.
at the moment, 15, 16. And I get calls from parents of little ones, and I get calls from parents of a lot
Oh.
older ones. But, for kind of insurance and liabilities and stuff like that, we're staying in that range. And then, again, I hate to turn it down, but I've had people call me, frequently with, severe things like schizophrenia or, different issues where we just, if they have a huge medical need, we just can't take them, but we are wheelchair compliant.
Yeah. Well, you're not a hospital.
No, we're not, and we're not a day program. And really, what I was going to say was in transition, 18 to 22. As they should, the programs focus on life skills, taking the bus with an aid. Yeah. My son has just started a workability job at Walgreens.
Cool.
Stacking refilling the soda.
That's awesome.
Thing.
Yeah.
And it's about life. But, same in Ramona, there's a group, I think it's community options, and so it's small groups, 3 or 4, and they go around and they talk to employers and they grab some donuts and have lunch and things like that. But all the fun stuff goes.
Yeah.
We have fitness fun with this amazing guy who lives at the ranch, Marty, and he is a coach that does adaptive fitness. So he can work with anybody, your son, anybody, and it's amazing what he does. And then we do art. Tomorrow we have Valentine's Crafts with Diane, and all of our activity leaders are volunteers. None of us are paid. We don't spend the money on Ferraris. We couldn't anyway because we have not that amount at all. We rely totally on donations, and we've done some fundraising and things like that.
So that leads us into a great intro. So anyone listening who wants to give you a donation, how can we find you on the internet?
Well, we would love, I say every dollar keeps the dream alive.
Absolutely, it does, yeah.
The very first donation we got was from an elderly gentleman who'd read our story in Parade magazine last May. And in scrawly writing, he said, I'm 88 years old, I have no family, I have no children, I have no connection to special needs, but I'm reading your story and I'm crying, and I'm sorry I couldn't give you more. And it was a $5 check.
Oh,
and
perfect.
It still makes me stand on him when
gosh.
I think about that. So yes, our website makes it very easy. There's a big donate button at the top.
We like easy.
Yeah.
Easy means you get it more.
Type in the URL and click and put in the amount. It's capabilityranch.org.
Okay.
O-R-G.
Okay, well, we're also going to have all these links up on the website. Yes. It's going to be up there today.
Yeah. Eric, I figured it out. Remember we want to do for the county fair? We want to do a fundraiser. Remember?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
We could use their fundraiser.
Okay.
For shaving your legs or something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you shave your legs?
Not yet.
You get a waxing?
It may happen.
No shaving.
I
wax.
paid money to see that.
Would you?
Oh, I'll donate right now to see it.
There we go. It looks like we found our cause.
It looks like it.
And please follow our Facebook page because everybody either touches special needs or has family that's affected by special needs or knows somebody who knows somebody with special needs.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just Capability Ranch on Facebook, and you can see all the amazing pictures and videos. The events part of activities and events is we took the group to the Oasis Camel Dairy when they had watermelon days.
Cool.
And every single one rode a camel.
Oh,
even the kids who have mobility issues.
Yeah.
They loved it. We've taken them orange picking. We've had magic shows. And a frequent event that we do at least once a quarter is we bring in animal productions and Cruising Critters. Sue down in Campo comes and brings snakes and lizards and massive giant ugly slimy things. And
that sounds so disgusting.
I want to go.
Check it out.
We've had an exotic animal show again inside the Jack Shack. This is all inside, and they walk the animals around. They tell us about them. It's interactive. Do you think this eats lettuce or bison? And and then they come around, and if you want to touch it, they show you where, and if you don't, you put your hand up. And we've had a kookaburra in our Jack Shack.
Wow.
Fun.
And my mom.
I almost thought that was something that was made up when I first saw it.
No, it's from New Zealand or something, and they laugh.
Yeah.
Kookaburra sits in the old
gum tree eating all the gumdrops
and
you can see.
The kookaburra is laughing. We've had giant tortoises, albino porcupines. It's been amazing.
Cool.
The kids love it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, right?
That is so awesome.
You should come. It's only $10. The activities are only $10, no matter what it is.
Okay.
Wow.
And the donate, the non-profit funds pick up the cost of everything else, and $10 isn't.
No, it's not much
No,
at all.
it's not.
The other thing I want to thank Ramona for is donations of supplies, and somebody came by and said, would you have any use for any percussion instruments? And we have Candy and the Capability Ranch band, and that's Candy Regal from Sunnyside Up band, and it's awesome.
Oh,
And
wow.
we have theme songs like Home, Home on the Range, and we sing Johnny Cash, and we sing everybody, Justin Bieber, whatever, Disney songs. But so many people have donated, and this gentleman came by, and he had 3 giant boxes of percussion instruments, triangles, tambourines, maracas,
Awesome.
and art supplies. You know, people have just dropped off everything, and or messaged me and said, hey, could you use? And it's just been amazing.
Oh, so just easy to just get a hold of you and just ask if...
Yeah, my it's capabilityranch@gmail, and my phone, it's my phone. I'm open. Anybody.
Well, make
can
sure you
text me
make
or
sure
call
before
me.
you put that out
I'm
on
not
air.
gonna
You
say
got to
it.
be careful.
You know? instead of putting it on the sidewalk, if they need it.
Go to capabilityranch.org, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
check
you.
them out. You're awesome.
You guys,
And this
are
is
awesome.
why you've
I'm
been nominated to
still
be Citizen
emotional.
of the Month this month for because we teamed up with that Facebook group, Ramona Be the Good, and we have from our good friends over at Sun Valley Florist this beautiful thing of flowers here for you. That's from Sun Valley Florist,
Thank
and
you,
we
Sun
also
Valley
have.
Florist.
We got that certificate for you that we're going to get you. But we also have a 1-hour massage and foot scrub given to you by our good friend. Her name is April over at Awe Inspiring Massage. You just need to contact her
That is fantastic.
and hook up with April and
my
get it all
gosh.
taken
That's
care of.
exactly what I need after the
Right?
last 2 years.
I can tell by the
could just
look on
see
your
the-
face when he gave it to you. You're like, ah.
The monkey just jumped off her back.
It looks like
She's
it.
like, oh, I need
just-
this.
You put yourself last. All parents of special needs, you're last. You put your kids and your family first, and so if you have any money to spend on anything, it's supplies, it's different, it's them, it's and we don't care. But it's very nice to get this.
Well, who
Thank
was
you.
it that nominated? Was it Sherry?
It was Sherry. Is
yeah.
awesome, and her daughter Destiny comes, and Destiny helps out.
Oh, yeah?
And it's amazing, and Sherry is the most. We share a journey in common, and I'm speechless. Sherry, if you're listening, thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. I've met so many people. When tough things happen to you, you lose some very good friends because they kind of don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
difficult.
gained so many new friends who I never would have crossed paths with because of what we're doing and because of our story
That's
in
awesome.
Ramona here.
Yeah.
Ramona is one of those special places.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come out there and check that place
You
out.
need to come. Open
Absolutely.
invitation. You should come do a
Can we-
broadcast.
Yeah, I was
No?
just going to
We
say
can
we
do
could
that.
do a live
Yeah,
broadcast.
we
Field
can
trip.
mobile broadcast.
You could be outside looking at the mountains, staring at the horses.
I love
I know.
it.
That's really
Weather.
awesome.
As long as it's not too hot, I melt in the sun. But,
Well, the Jack Shack is very cool.
there you
And
go.
we have AC.
Oh, hush up!
Let's-
I can
let's
kick
make-
you out.
I didn't say he's the one that said sissy.
Are you the one who said sissy?
God,
We'll
no, I would
make,
never say
make
anything like that about
accommodations
you.
for Gail.
We will. Otherwise, Gail's
Please
not part
come.
of it.
Yeah, and anybody can come visit. They just have to contact me ahead, so
Yeah.
make sure I'm there.
Okay.
I'd love to offer to you because I'm also a photographer, so I'd
Yeah.
love to offer maybe a shoot
Oh, cool.
someday.
Oh, that
just
would be
just
amazing.
just for fun,
Website.
Yeah.
Put on
I
your
would love
website, our
that.
website.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
no, that
yeah.
would be amazing. We take pictures and little videos of each activity, and but we're screwy with our iPhone pictures and
Yeah.
stuff like
No,
that.
all I used
I
to.
actually do one of those things that's actually a camera. That the first function
Yeah.
is a camera, not the
those
second thought.
things?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, Gail.
They
Thank
still
you.
exist.
Well, we really
They do.
appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate
you.
everything that you do.
Thank you, Eric.
And we're very
What an
happy
awesome story.
Yes.
yeah, and proud that that your February's Citizen of the Month, which is super awesome.
And my
Very, very
birthday month,
conservative.
too.
Oh, it's your birthday. When's your birthday?
It was the 5th.
Oh, well, happy
Yay.
birthday. I wish I had a happy birthday song to play.
We could sing
slacking.
happy
You
birthday.
can sing it.
Let's go.
Happy
We should have had
birthday.
what's his name say?
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
dear
dear Nicola.
Nicola.
Happy birthday to you. All right.
And
All
on
right.
a side note, I'd
Yep.
like to say much respect to you, Eric, for what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sit behind this thing all day.
I know that
Well-
you've recently, acquired a wife. God knows how you did that.
I'm
But,
She's not a wife yet. She's
but
still
I've
fiancé.
seen the sacrifices that you've made for your family too, and that's really deserving of
Yep.
Well, thank
you're-
you.
Yes.
Yep. And
much
for,
respect to you.
Oh, thank you.
I second that.
and also for
Absolutely.
what you do alongside with Ramona Be the Good, and to
Well,
be
that's-
able to
yeah.
bring on a Citizen of the Month and picking people who are totally worthy of it instead of just, hi, I helped someone across the street, I should get flowers.
We get those. We get those.
Yeah,
But you know, it's the
sometimes.
nominations. People nominate.
is.
We don't
It-
we don't seek them out. We don't sit
Exactly.
there and go, "Oh, hey, you know what? That person should be Citizen of the Month." They get nominated. People actually go to the website, they click on the
an
Citizen of the
effort.
Month logo,
Yes.
and they tell us about you.
Yeah.
And that's how you get
amazing.
nominated.
I had
And,
no idea.
and we do this every month, so if you have someone you want to nominate,
Yeah.
then go to our website, ramonatownradio.com, and click on that icon, and we are picking a whole brand new Citizen of the Month
Yep.
for next month.
Yes,
Hey,
we
let's-
are.
Let's have like a month back to back Bridges Citizen of the Month.
Stop it.
Oh, here we go.
And let's. What do you do
Doubleheader.
for?
What do I
others?
do?
Yeah.
It's getting thick in here.
By the way,
we
on a
don't
side
know.
note, as far as like giving you props and taking care of, your
Yeah.
family and stuff, that includes Gail. Just to let you know. Thank you very much.
That he's taking care of me, because I know I need to be straightened once in a while, but come on. Jeez.
Thank God you
Ouch.
looked out there and saw her out your window and offered her a...
We already discussed this yesterday. I'm only here because of Dan and his service with food observations. I'm a pity case to be a part of this radio station.
That's right.
Congratulations.
That's right. Don't you forget it. All right. This is the Early Rise with Face Me. RTR in the mornings.
Yeah.